Hello everyone, welcome back to the Global Alert TV channel. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today's report focuses on one of the most remarkable and surprising developments in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, the Ukrainian drone strike that successfully targeted a Russian oil refinery located more than 1,000 kilometers from Ukrainian territory. This event has not only caught the world's attention but has also raised new questions about the expanding capabilities of Ukrainian defense technology, the vulnerabilities of Russian infrastructure, and the changing dynamics of modern warfare in Eastern Europe. The incident demonstrates a major shift in how distance, deterrence, and defense are being redefined by unmanned aerial technology in this conflict. The attack wasn't just a symbolic strike, it was a strategic message, loud, clear, and technologically sophisticated, showing that Ukraine's reach has extended far beyond what many military analysts had anticipated even a year ago. The refinery that was targeted plays a vital role in Russia's energy network, contributing to both domestic fuel supplies and exports that support Moscow's war economy. Reports suggest that the facility, situated deep within Russian territory, experienced multiple explosions after a series of low-altitude drone attacks in the early morning hours. The strike caused fires visible from several kilometers away and temporarily disrupted operations. While Russian authorities initially downplayed the impact, satellite images and local witness reports confirmed significant damage to storage tanks and refining units. This was not a random attack, it was carefully planned, executed with precision, and strategically selected to hit where it hurts, Russia's energy production and its financial lifeline. What makes this operation particularly impressive is the distance, over 1,000 kilometers. That's not a typical battlefield strike, it's a demonstration of endurance, navigation accuracy, and stealth technology that pushes the limits of current drone warfare. Ukraine's growing proficiency in long-range drone strikes has become one of the defining features of this war. Initially dependent on imported Western weapons and short-range drones, Ukraine has gradually developed its own indigenous systems, many of which have been enhanced through local innovation and partnerships with tech startups. The drone used in this particular mission is believed to be part of a new generation of long-range unmanned systems designed to carry heavy payloads and sustain flight over large distances while avoiding radar detection. Its safety features are notable: advanced GPS guidance, encrypted communication systems to resist jamming, and self-destruct mechanisms that prevent reverse engineering if intercepted. Additionally, the use of lightweight composite materials and hybrid propulsion systems has improved both range and durability. These features make Ukrainian drones some of the most adaptable in combat, capable of striking targets that would have been unreachable by traditional artillery or short-range missiles. One of the unique selling points of this strike is how it showcases Ukraine's shift from a defensive posture to a strategic offensive capability, not in the sense of invading foreign soil, but in the sense of neutralizing threats before they manifest. By hitting an oil refinery over 1,000 kilometers away, Ukraine has sent a strong message that distance will no longer protect strategic assets fueling the war against them. This operation demonstrates that the front line is no longer defined by territorial borders but by technological reach. It also reflects a change in military doctrine: precision over quantity, intelligence over brute force. Ukraine is effectively leveraging innovation to compensate for its smaller size and limited resources compared to Russia. From a technical standpoint, the success of such an operation requires flawless integration between intelligence gathering, flight programming, and execution. Before launch, satellite data, aerial reconnaissance, and digital mapping are combined to determine flight paths that minimize exposure to Russian air defense systems. The drones likely flew at very low altitudes, hugging the terrain to remain undetected by radar. The flight control algorithms, designed to adapt to wind, temperature, and terrain variations, are advanced enough to allow autonomous navigation even in contested airspace. These safety and navigation features have evolved rapidly since 2022, turning what were once small tactical tools into strategic long-range strike platforms. In military technology, that's a massive leap within a very short time. Another fascinating aspect of this event is how it reflects the broader transformation of modern warfare. The Ukraine-Russia conflict has become a testing ground for new drone technologies, artificial intelligence-driven targeting systems, and hybrid warfare tactics. The 1,000-kilometer drone strike represents not just a military success but a milestone in defense innovation. Traditional weapons require expensive infrastructure and complex logistics, but drones offer a cheaper, faster, and more flexible alternative. Each successful strike redefines what is possible for nations defending themselves against larger adversaries. The message to the world is clear: technological ingenuity can level the battlefield even against superior numbers. When examining the economic and political implications, this event marks a direct hit on Russia's confidence and economy. Oil refineries are the heart of Russia's energy revenue, and any disruption can cause ripples across its domestic and export markets. Each refinery under attack reduces Russia's ability to fund its ongoing war operations. Furthermore, these strikes have psychological and diplomatic effects. They remind the Russian public and leadership that the conflict is no longer distant, it has reached the core of Russian territory. For Ukraine, this not only boosts morale but also strengthens its diplomatic position, showing allies and adversaries alike that it remains resilient and capable of defending itself through strategic innovation rather than mere endurance. The safety measures surrounding such operations are also noteworthy. Despite the high risk of escalation, Ukraine has maintained a disciplined approach, ensuring its strikes target only military or war-related infrastructure. By doing so, it maintains a degree of moral legitimacy on the global stage. The targeting of an oil refinery used to fuel Russian war machinery aligns with international wartime principles of attacking legitimate military assets while minimizing civilian harm. Furthermore, Ukrainian forces often conduct pre-attack assessments to avoid unintended casualties. These measures demonstrate that even in high-stakes operations, safety and ethics are not ignored. From a defense engineering perspective, the drone's safety systems are sophisticated. Redundant circuits ensure that even if one navigation system fails, another takes over. The anti-jamming mechanisms shield the drone's communication from electronic warfare attempts. The self-destruct system ensures that if a drone is shot down or captured, its software and components are irretrievable. These safety features, while technical, underscore the intelligence and precision behind each Ukrainian operation. They also reveal how Ukraine's defense industry has matured to integrate both hardware and software capabilities in a seamless, combat-ready design. The unique selling points of these operations extend beyond their technical brilliance. They represent a new model of warfare where innovation becomes the ultimate equalizer. Ukraine, once seen as dependent on external aid, is now a producer and innovator of battlefield technologies. The fact that it can project power deep into enemy territory shows that creativity and courage can substitute for massive arsenals. Every strike like this one challenges the conventional wisdom that only superpowers can launch long-range precision attacks. Ukraine's long-range drone program is not only redefining the conflict but also inspiring smaller nations around the world that face similar asymmetric threats. This success also carries symbolic value. It signals that Ukraine's fight is not merely for survival but for sovereignty, independence, and the right to shape its own technological destiny. The development of these drones was not driven by luxury but necessity, a necessity born out of defense, determination, and the will to resist. This determination has transformed Ukraine into a laboratory of modern resilience, where engineers, soldiers, and citizens contribute collectively to the national defense effort. In many ways, the 1,000-kilometer strike embodies the spirit of a nation refusing to be intimidated. The cost or price of these operations, both financially and strategically, deserves attention. Unlike traditional missile systems, which can cost millions per unit, Ukrainian drones are often developed at a fraction of the price, sometimes under $100,000, yet deliver comparable impact when used effectively. This affordability makes drone warfare sustainable for a country under prolonged conflict. However, the real price lies not in money but in escalation risk. Each strike pushes the boundaries of tolerance and tests international diplomacy. Yet, Ukraine continues to walk that fine line carefully, ensuring that every operation remains within the realm of strategic necessity, not reckless provocation. When analyzing the broader picture, the 1,000-kilometer strike also reveals cracks in Russia's defensive network. It challenges the credibility of Russian radar and anti-air systems, long advertised as impenetrable. The fact that drones could travel such distances undetected exposes gaps in early warning systems and coordination between regional defense units. For Russian citizens, this revelation may shake confidence in their government's promises of absolute security. For global observers, it highlights how even advanced superpower defenses can be outsmarted by agile, cost-effective technologies. In conclusion, the Ukrainian drone strike on a Russian oil refinery located more than 1,000 kilometers away is more than a tactical victory, it's a turning point. It illustrates the rise of innovation-driven warfare, where agility and intelligence outweigh brute force. It reflects Ukraine's resilience in the evolution of modern conflict itself. Through these long-range drone operations, Ukraine is rewriting the rules of engagement, proving that determination combined with technology can overcome distance, intimidation, and even overwhelming odds. The attack's success lies not only in its destruction but in the message it sends, that modern defense is about precision, adaptability, and courage. As the world continues to watch, one thing becomes clear: this is not just about a single refinery or a single battle. It's about a new era in warfare where nations defend their sovereignty not through numbers, but through intellect and innovation. Ukraine's ability to strike so far inside Russia symbolizes the dawn of a technological resistance movement that may influence future conflicts for decades to come. For now, the fire that burned across that distant Russian refinery stands as both a literal and metaphorical reminder. The reach of Ukraine's defense has grown long, the resolve of its people remains unbroken, and the war for freedom has entered a new phase where distance is no longer a defense.